משנה ו' משנתנו היא המשך המשנה הקודמת, והוא מוסיפה לעסוק במצוות הערבה למזבח. It's a continuation of the commandment we just did. כמעשהו בחול, כדרך שעשו בערבה בימות החול, just like we did in a weekday. Well, we say we're going to do it. If the seventh day is in Shabbos, we're also going to do it on Shabbos. Okay, but in Shabbos it's going to be a little bit more complicated, because every day they used to go down to Motzah to cut down the aravot.
Oh, they did it
Every day they used to come down and cut down the aravot. On Shabbos, how are they going to cut down the aravot? So what will happen on Shabbos? כמעשהו בחול כדרך שעשו בערבה בימות החול. The way they used to do it in the days of the חול, כך מעשהו בשבת. So the same thing was done on Shabbat. כשחל יום שביעי של ערבה להיות בשבת, when it happened to be on Shabbat, כמו ששנו לעיל משנה ג', שהערבה ביום השביעי של החג דוחה שבת, only on the seventh day it pushes שבת, אלא שהיו מלקטים אותה, but they didn't cut on Shabbat itself, את המורביות של הערבה מערב שבת. But they would collect them on Friday. They didn't collect them on Shabbos. ומביאים אותם למקדש לפני השבת, and he would bring them to the temple before Shabbat. ומניחים אותם בגיגיות של זהב. And they put them in barrels, in what do you call it? Bathtubs. In like bathtubs of gold. Why gold? Because gold keeps it cold. The water keeps cold in gold. בקערות של זהב מלאות מים. In like containers of gold filled with water. כדי שלא יחמשו העלים, so that they're not going to become dry. ולמחר זוקפים אותם על גבי המזבח. And the next day they would take them and they put them on the altar. ובאים העם ולוקחים מהם ונוטלים אותם כדרך שעושים בכל יום. And the nation would come, take them the way they would do it the entire day.
They just were preparing them for
beforehand.
That's all.
Yeah. רבי יוחנן בן ברוקה אומר, רבי יוחנן disagrees. It says that by the way, I don't know what Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka disagrees. Does he only disagree on the seventh day, or he disagrees completely on Arava, all the 7 days, or only on the seventh day that happens on Shabbat?
Only on Arava.
Yeah, but the question is, does he disagree only when it happens on the seventh day, on Shabbat, or does he disagree throughout the 7 days? So let's see. רבי יוחנן בן ברוקה אומר, חריות ענפים של דקל היו מביאים. It says, they don't bring Arava at all. This whole process was not done with Arava. It was done with palms. Dates. Not Arava, not willow. Yeah? He says it was... Now, the question is, when he says it, does he mean the entire 7 days? Or does he only mean on the 7th day on Shabbos?
The way I understand it, it's
only 7 days. Maybe, yeah. ולא מורביות של ערבה. And it says, we don't use מורביות של ערבה. שנאמר, כפות דמרים. It says, palms of branches. ודורש רבי יוחנן בן ברקו, כפות 2. And it says, כפות means 2. אחת ללולב ואחת למזבח. Why did it say כפות? One for the lulav and one for the mizbeach. That's how he learns. ברם חכמים disagrees with him. מפרשים לפי הכתוב שכן הכתיב כאן הוא קוראים כפות. So we would agree with you if it says כפות with the vav. But the reason why God took away the vav, you wrote it without a vav, to tell you there's only one kaf. בלי vav. ויש מבארים בגמרא, and there are those who learn in the Gemara, שרבי יוחנן בן ברוקה אינו לומד מן הכתוב אלא דנו מסברה. He says he doesn't learn it from the word kapot. He has logical explanation. What? שתמר סימן יפה לקילוסם של ישראל. He says dates are a nice sign to praise the Jewish people. It says how? מה תמר זה אין לו אלא לב אחד. It is just like a date. Or the palm branches. It only has one heart. אף ישראל אין להם אלא לב אחד לאביו שבשמיים. Also all Jews are with one heart. Every Jew is a believer in God. מאמינים בני מאמינים. It doesn't matter, this Jew, that Jew, they all have one heart. וחובטים אותן, and then what do you do with them? It says, את החריות של דקל, according to רבי אליעזר בן ברוקה, you take this dekel and you hit them on the ground. בקרקע בצידי המזבח. On the ground in the sides of the מזבח. ויש גורסים וחובטים אותו על גבי המזבח. Some says you hit it on top of the מזבח. So it's very funny. Even though we don't go to like Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka, we use palm branches, but you know what we do with the palm branches? We do what he says you do with the palms. Hit it on the ground. Because with the willows, you didn't hit it on the ground. So we combine both today.
Yeah, but the willow we put on the ground.
Yeah, but there's no custom to according, they didn't do it on the ground.
Next to the Mizbeach they did it.
No, he says we didn't learn it that they used to do the willow on the ground. We learned that they used to surround 7 times, that's it, they used to go home. There's no...
I was imagining.
I think so. Where did you see the willow on the ground? Maybe I was imagining. Did you see the willow on the ground before? No?
I was sure.
He says over here, from here comes the custom.
They hit them in the ground.
But the custom is not because they used to do it in the temple.
Oh, because the custom today is to do it.
Yeah. In other words, we combine both Rabbi Eliezer ben Baruch. They didn't hit the aravot on the ground. He says, but he says you use dekel and you hit on the ground. And we do both. We take aravot, like the Chachamim, but we make a remembrance to Rabbi Eliezer ben Broka. And we hit the aravot that he says it's dekel on the ground. So we combine both. Okay. ויש מפרשים שאינו לחולק אלא לגבי השביעי. Oh, here's the things. So the explanation is, the simple explanation is like you said. It goes about the whole 7 days. He disagrees on the whole 7 days. But there are those who explains שאינו חולק אלא לגבי יום השביעי. He says, no. I only disagree on the 7th day. Okay, this is the other explanation. וסובר רבי יוחנן בן ברוקה, רבי יוחנן בן ברוקה holds שמלבד ערבות היו מביאים גם חריות. Oh! Something else is saying the 7th day. That you do both. You have arava and you have dekel, palm trees. Okay, ve'en halacha keRabbi Yochanan ben Broka, and the halacha is not like Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka. In other words, if today there's a temple, we're not going to use palms. We are going to use only willow. But the custom is to also mention him with us in the hitting of the ground.
Put it around the...
We don't do, no dates. There's no dates in the temple.
No, but the arava, around the altar.
Around the altar, absolutely.
Go to Mozart, bring him and...
Yeah, and hit him on the ground, like the dekel.